oh, how can that happen in Kenya? But also, Mike, situations where even in religious settings, churches where would be very holier than thou people would go even for keshas and have them as excuses in this city. And before the end of the night, whatever was happening there is not even a kesha. In every manner of excuses to just become what they want to become. Yeah. So nobody's safe. That's what I'm saying. End of the day.
You remember there was was it 4 youth who died on their way to some place, and they had used the excuse an overnight. I think it was on the 31st, where they had told their parents they were going for a kesha, and they ended up hiring a car and smashed, and all of them died, which is really, really sad. But I guess now because we'll still discuss Project X on Pulse, maybe let's move on to something else. But before that, of course, the question that we are leaving in our minds is what's the solution? Like you've mentioned, let's make the parties better. What does better mean?
Let me tell you what happens. There's a few things that we probably are ignoring, and probably if they were done better. I always say that, like, for example, we once regulated what time alcohol should be sold, like say in a supermarket. Okay, but look at it. When you regulate what time alcohol is being sold, are you really changing anything when I can go buy and pile it even and put it under a hole? I just go and take it as a bag. No. I'm just giving an example. You see, so sometimes we'll try and act holier than thou and say, let us not sell alcohol all night so that people will not get drunk. If someone wants to get a drug, they'll get that drug. If we try to control it so much, then they'll overdo it.
But you see,
because now they get rebellious.
We can't again say that let's just let it be, because again, if you say a thief will still steal despite the fact that it's illegal and there are rules, there has to be a line where we stop something.
Alcohol brands sold most volumes after that regulation. Yes.
Mutu the time. Well,
for me, a solution would be parents must understand their children at this age. Let them have conversations with them about their lives. Let parents not just sit there and I will beat you if I hear something. Let's sit around the table. Let's just talk about life. Because if you teach them then between what's right and what's wrong,
they'll know it.
Then regulate.
I'm not sure that these children who are going for those kind of orgies and parties don't know that it's wrong. But it's the intrigue of
no. It's a perception that the parents has about his or her kid.
Okay. Well, we'll move on to something else now. But on Friday chat today, I do have a parent coach and an expert who, deals with young people, and hopefully they're going to come with teenagers as well. And that's one of the discussions that we want to have. And this is in regards to Project X and the solution. And also, how does this happen and parents are just not aware? But moving on to something else. Apparently, there was an interesting article in yesterday's Standard, and this was to do with boys in being bought underwear.
Those are not concerned with Project X. Those ones are their own other issues.
From Project X to having underwear. So maybe that's a solution for Project X. Watu wakae na.
But
you know it's really cold in Nyeri as well. you need an extra.
No, apparently it's the county government, which has an initiative to include the boy child, and we have it on the newspaper there. They're showing. They'll be given free underwear, and this was also because anytime there has been a push for the girl child, you know, there are those children who are given free sanitary towels. And the boys felt left out. So this was an initiative to also make them feel like...
So the Kalido thing was a problem.
Sorry?
The Kalido thing is a problem in Nyeri.
Nyeri has interesting things. So you need to...
I don't want to comment so much, but I know Nyeri is cold. Well...
So I did thermal.
What else would you ask for?
You cannot go giving people a scarf. I mean, you give them something that they'll feel close to them.
Okay.
Close. I think
very close.
Underwears are very close.
Very
But anyway.
And very sensitive things. You don't just get anybody just buying stuff.
No, but don't you think it's a good initiative that now at least they think about the boy child?
So they didn't have
The boy
any
child has
before?
other problems that.
But I guess so. Yeah, what's even
The
starting
the
point.
Well, I
commando.
I don't know who authorized that thing, but I think the boy child also seriously has other pressing matters.
Challenges.
Yeah, a lot of them, which also Project X is included, and the use of drugs as well. So.
And remember, we also still had the illicit brew, and Nyeri was one of the areas where. In fact, there was a documentary that had been done some time ago. I don't remember how long ago, but apparently there are even some nursery schools that have been closed.
Yes.
Reason being that the young men are no longer active to a point where there are no children to go to nursery
It's
schools.
actually a serious
So
menace.
is the underwear part of the solution for helping?
It could be a starting point. It's, protecting
protecting
things that are...
Solo,
And you're very specific.
so why can't Solo just take this initiative, invite us?
We go
Where
to
is
Nyeri and
home?
see this, man.
Let's know the truth about this. Let's try to rescue.
Yes, I think
let's
I
give
think
back.
Solo, the honors are on you.
Yeah.
I can request for us to have an outside broadcast van where we'll go to Nyeri
important.
and do hot topics from Nyeri.
Actually, we could hear what the boy kid has to say.
I hear what the
They
boy
might
child-
be okay with the
but,
underwear.
but you guys, I think we're missing the point here, because this is an initiative to finally have the boy child
seriously,
included.
I know it is funny, Mike, but I think it's a good thing. No, seriously. It's actually a good thing, because where the girl is being taken care of, it's also good that the guy is taken care of. So be it as it may that the underwear is what is needed. I'm sure they must have done some sort of research and they found this is what would help. I'm sure. I mean, how would they not just give them suits?
Why is a little thing a problem?
It is a problem.
It could be also that it translates to psychology, such that if you start with the little things, then
And then you go to the bigger
mind,
things, right?
can.
It's
So
good
I
to
think
protect
we
children.
leave
Kudos
it
to
at
them.
that.
And we'll go and check it
And I
out.
don't even know why you're calling them little things. They're major. But anyway,
But they're for boys, so
start
they're
small.
little.
Yeah, you start small.
It's boys.
you start small. Okay.
Boys.
We also had the International Women's Day, and I don't know let's start with the lady. What did you get up to on International Women's Day?
I think just really lots of people congratulating you for things that you have done. And it was interesting to see how corporates also came out to acknowledge that day, because women celebrate many they're celebrated across, but then on that day you want to see the milestones that we have gone through, and of course Twitter and Facebook are the most interesting, because actually there was this meme that was going around that the reason men are not being celebrated is because they forgot the date altogether.
Oh yes, there was that. There was the fact that it was supposed to be on a certain day, but the women were getting too busy trying to prepare, so it was 2 days later, but the men forgot the dates.
Yeah,
so we don't
they
have a
forgot the
men's
day.
day, which I find, of course, many men found it very unfair that there's a Women's Day, there's Valentine, which is more of a woman's day.
There is Mother's
Day.
But there's also Father's
Father's
Day.
There is anniversaries. There's women all over. But anyway, I don't know what you guys did for International Women's Day.
International
Although
Women's
one thing I noticed, or rather, I found that it was not as hyped up as I would have expected it to be.
It was, Mike. In fact, even here you had a lot of
Yes,
things
we had a
going.
lot of stories on
and
Women's Day.
I saw corporates and NGOs and even the government actually took time to celebrate what has happened in the field of innovation, in the field of science, in the field of education, in entertainment, in arts, everything else. People celebrated the women who have made a difference and the strides that we are yet to take so that we can get there. And it was good. I liked it.
Mike, I did nothing about it really, apart from say congrats to the women folk, but I watched a lot of stuff in the media the same day, and some of it did not seem like we are gaining mileage towards where we're going, because I saw even on our TV stations where the women are still fighting men or try to, by force, for lack of a better word, try to say we are here and we are women and we need to have our rights or our equality facts taken care of. But I think at this day and age, I don't think men are really resisting that change. Not as many men as
before.
As a woman. Now, and this is what I was discussing with somebody on the same day. I think we should just accept each other at this age and say, yes, we can accept women, my sisters, and I liked what somebody in this very studio was saying. My sister can become a leader and she can become a president. I look at it, every other lady as my sister. If it's a woman, I just look at other woman as my mother. My mother should be respected. My sister should be respected. And if men would look at things like that, I don't think we have a fight about respect your
All right, let me stop you there because I want us to take a short break and have a song, and we'll come back and also look at some of the international hot topics or some of what has been hot this week. And we'll also be joined by Queen, and well, I'll give a full introduction once she's on set. She's going to be joining us also. She's an editor with the Nairobian. But first of all, we have a song by Octopizzo. We'll look at some of the international hot topics. So do stay with us right here on Morning Express.